This is my coming out story. It was the first day of high school, and we had a couple of days of orientation, and I was overhearing a conversation that these two guys were having about, how beautiful the ladies were. Something like, this girl was so fine, or this girl had a beautiful body, or this girl was hot. And, I was listening to it, and I was trying to figure out why these girls were hot, because I didn't really get it. I remember coming home from school. It was about 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and I would lie down in my bed, and I would pray that my thoughts for this guy would go away, and I can become a normal person again. And the more I prayed, and the more I fought these feelings, this attraction, the stronger the attraction got, and the stronger my feelings became. I was so preoccupied about, being in the same class as him. It was just a scary feeling. I should be celebrating my love for this guy, but instead I was just scared and incredibly uncomfortable, and just wishing I wouldn't have to be in that class and just be away from all of that. And I was getting a D in that class, and it was horrible. The teacher came up to me and said, "This doesn't make any sense. Why are you not doing so well in this class?" One afternoon I wrote this short story, and the following morning I got up really early, and I walked over to the office of the student paper, slipped the story underneath the door, and then headed back over to where I normally sit before the first class of the day. I got up so early, and I slipped it under the door because I didn't want anybody to see me head over there. I wrote the story anonymously because I was so scared that people would equate this story to me. The story is called Mutant Energy, and it's about me going through the feelings that I was going through at the time. And it basically was my conversation that I had with my junior high school prom date about who I was, and how uncomfortable I was. And then the following morning I would go over to the student body, the campus area where people were just hanging out before the first class of the day, walking around, sitting down in the hallways. And then I would stand right in the very middle of it, take out a gun, put the gun on the side of my head, and shoot myself and kill myself. It was a way for me to try to grab the attention of the entire school, to tell everyone that there are people who feel really uncomfortable with themselves because of who they are and because of how society demeans and dehumanizes others because of this difference. It was Tuesday, February 2nd, 2004. A day or two before that, I made an appointment to see my high school counselor, and on that morning of February 2nd, 2004, I skipped my class and I went over to see my high school counselor. He was sitting down next to his desk. I was sitting on a chair on the other side of the office, and he asked me, can I ask you, what brings you over here today, and is there something on your mind? And I told him that I was gay. And God, that was such a hard thing for me to do. It was kind of like I was fighting this dam, and just saying the very words, I am gay, was like, it was so insurmountable. It was like a little bit of water just finally flying over the dam, to be free and to tell the world what the real truth is. And my lips were curled. I was starting to cry in a hiccup kind of formation. And it was kind of like, lifting 700-pound dumbbells just to say those words and to accept who I am. Boy, it took such many months to get to where I was at that point in time to say that. So it was literally me coming out to the first person outside of myself. But it proved to be one of the most liberating experiences of my life. To finally say something, to kind of make that decision inside myself and say, you know what, I am who I am what I am, and I'm not going to waste the rest of my life. I want to be happy. I want to be able to do something with my life, and if it means that I'm attracted to another guy, then let me be attracted to another guy who I love, and let me feel that happiness and the love that everyone is entitled to feel in their lifetimes. And I'm very thankful that I came out at such a young age. It was 15 years ago when I came out, and I realized that I came out at a time where being gay was starting to become more accepted. It was a better time than the decades before, where it was incredibly vilified being gay. And I know that now it's probably even a better time to come out, and it'll be even more better 15 years in the future. But regardless, I cannot stress enough how important it is for everybody to come out, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, whether you're a blue-collar person or white-collar person, if you're into sports or if you're into theater, if you're 13 years old, 23 years old, or 43 years old, whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, Native American, or any other race, whether you're male or female or transgendered or intersex, you have to come out. There is so much power to be gained when you come out, and the world needs to see who you are, who I am, who everybody else is, and that way people can tear down the ignorance, the discrimination, the prejudice, the lies that are out there. No one deserves to go through the pain and suffering that they go through during their high school years when they reach puberty, and that's the perfect time for people to try to understand and experiment what it's like to be who they are, to have strong feelings for the opposite sex or the same sex or both. And, you know, to be robbed of that precious opportunity when you're a teenager is so wrong. And that's why people have to live their teenage years in their 20s and into their 30s. And that's the reason why I am going to march on Washington, D.C. next Sunday on October 11th on National Coming Out Day, because I believe that I need to be seen by the rest of America, and everybody needs to be seen by the rest of America, that we are very strong and we are very numerous, and we have a lot of allies out there, our straight allies who believe in full equality, full equal civil human rights. And they need to see who I am, and they need to see everybody that's out there, whether they can make it to the march or whether they're going to march in the solidarity rallies and marches that are happening in your own hometown, or whether it's just having a conversation with, you know, your mother or father or other friends in school, or, you know, anybody that's close to you in your life. Coming out is the single most powerful thing that we can do as individuals in our society and make big change for us as we keep on fighting for our full, equal, civil human rights. So on October 11th, on National Coming Out Day, whether you're at the march, whether you're at the solidarity rallies, whether you're just talking to someone who's close to you, please come out.